Whew. Let's just all take a moment to breathe. Let's just all take a quick moment to breathe right there, because what we just saw tonight was probably the most exciting Cowboys game of the entire season. Welcome in. It's the Cowboys postgame show with yours truly, James Espinosa, host of the Sunday Sports Rush on News Talk KEYS 1440 AM and 98.7 FM. Cowboys pull out the victory 41-35 tonight over the Seattle Seahawks, who came into this game with a winning record at a 6-5 mark. Dallas with the win improves to 9-3 on the season. Seattle falls to 6-6, and they are fighting for their playoff lives. They're in a battle with the Rams in the NFC West. The Cowboys, meanwhile, they're 9-3, and they move on to Philadelphia next weekend in Dallas, where the Cowboys currently have a 14-game home winning streak. That is amazing. This game tonight was absolutely insane from the get-go. And y'all guys will get in here. Y'all guys will watch the video eventually. If you're going to watch it live, get your comments in. Let me know your reactions on the game. 41-35 Cowboys over Seattle. This game showed resolve. This game showed that the Cowboys had some mettle about them. The narrative entering this game all week long was that the Cowboys were a team that could not beat winning teams. That was the narrative all week long from Dallas, from the national media, I should say. Dallas can't beat a winning team. Dallas can't do this against winning teams. Dallas has been beating up with the Sisters of the Poor. Dallas ran through New York, Carolina, Washington. We get it. Dallas has been doing all that stuff, right? Dallas has been dominating these teams, especially in the past 6 weeks since the San Francisco loss. We understand that narrative. And tonight, a lot of us, I think, had the perception that Dallas was going to come in here and blow the doors off of Seattle. And Seattle's a tough team. The Vegas line was Dallas by 9 points tonight. Vegas thought Dallas was going to win by 10 or more. Credit to Seattle. They came in and played their asses off, and they gave the Cowboys their best shot that they could have. But the Cowboys, at the end, they come up with some huge stops on defense. The defense was getting shredded all night long, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Defense was getting worked. The defense couldn't stop Seattle. Seattle did a great job. Seattle utilized the run game. Seattle got their guys in space. Geno Smith looked excellent tonight. 3 touchdowns. He did have 1 interception thrown to DaRon Bland. Geno put up 334 yards of passing against this Cowboys defense that had been outstanding the entire year. DK Metcalf had himself a game, especially against DaRon Bland, with 134 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6 receptions. Not all of those came against Bland, but the majority of them did. Credit to the Cowboys defense. Credit to the adjustments that Dan Quinn and company made by putting Gilmore on Metcalf for the majority of the second half. That was critical right there. The defense at the end, 3 fourth down stops. 3 fourth down stops. Let me look at my notes. I actually take notes during the Cowboys game because that's how prepared I want to be when I talk Cowboys for you guys. I like to come correct. Let's look at the notes in the fourth quarter. It was 4th and 1 with about 7:04 left. They run it up the middle with Charbonnet. DeMarcus Lawrence stuffs him. Boom. Big play right there. Dallas goes on in the next drive, scores a touchdown by Jake Ferguson. Dak Prescott was on the freaking money tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Dak Prescott was backpacking this game for the majority of it. 29 of 41, 299 yards, and 3 touchdowns. No interceptions, no turnovers. They get a touchdown to Ferguson. They get the 2-point conversion to Cooks. Boom. Dallas is up 38-35 with 4:37 left. Then, next possession for Seattle. 3:16 left in the game. 4th and 4. It's an incomplete pass. Dallas brings the blitz. Geno has to throw it off of his back foot. And D-Law and Fowler were in there on the pressure. You also had Damone Clark coming up the middle on a blitz. Bland almost intercepted it. He did not. Now, Dallas almost played some tricky games, especially late. Now, let me know your thoughts on this. Weigh in. Get your comments in here. Dallas almost played some tricky games late when it was a 3rd and 3 situation. And instead of running the ball deep in Seattle territory to try to ice more clock, but 1:46 left on the clock, they decided to go fade route to CeeDee Lamb and get the kill shot. It's incomplete. The Seahawks are going to get the ball back with some pretty decent time with 1:43 left after the Brandon Aubrey field goal. But the defense, once again, they stepped up when you needed them the most. They're going to be getting a lot of the scrutiny tonight, but in the end, they made the plays that mattered, and Micah Parsons was in on Geno Smith, put the pressure on him. Geno just had to throw it, didn't have any chance, and it's game over, and the Cowboys collect the dub. Now, guys, this cannot be said enough right here, but the Cowboys showed some intestinal fortitude tonight. A lot of people thought the Cowboys were going to lose this game. A lot of people thought when the Cowboys were down in their weakest moments that it was over, that Dak Prescott and the offense wouldn't be able to carry this team. Look, typically when the Cowboys are rolling on all cylinders, they go into piranha mode and they end ball games. They just absolutely end teams. They've done it the past 3 weeks against New York, against Carolina, against Washington. Tonight was a different dogfight. Tonight was they're playing against a playoff caliber team, and these are the kind of games you're going to face in the playoffs. So it was a great test tonight. It was a fun game tonight for Dallas. I had fun watching this game. I was stressed out. Best believe I was stressed out, but I had fun watching this team compete with backs against the wall, down by multiple points, multiple scores, and they came back and they win this damn game. That is a great win for the Cowboys. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because they will try to discount this win. They will nitpick this win. The national media will do that. Probably your best friends will do that. But at the end of the day, you collect W's in the NFL, and that's all that matters. If you have comments, get them in. I want to shout you guys out right now. Jerry, I see Jerry in here. Jerry says Seattle's a tough team. This was a tough win, but the Cows didn't give up. Exactly, they didn't give up. Think about all the teams in the past. Think about those Jason Garrett years. When the Cowboys would get down, that team would fold. Think about that for a minute. This is a different team under Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has these boys ready to roll. Dan Quinn has these boys ready to roll. 14 straight wins at home. 14 straight wins at home, guys. They haven't lost a game at home in a year and a half. A calendar year and a half. 14 straight wins at home for the Cowboys. AT&T Stadium is turning into an absolute fortress out there. Now, I believe the stat that I saw was there was absolutely 0 punts in this game, which is pretty damn crazy to think about that. The Cowboys, no turnovers on the night. Cowboys, time of possession, 36 to Seattle's 23. Cowboys out total yardage, Seattle 411 to 406. Cowboys got 33 first downs to Seattle's 25. So if you have anything to say about the game, make sure you get it in right now. I know it's late, but I had to get my thoughts out there. I didn't get to do a Thanksgiving video for obvious reasons. I was pretty busy with my family and company. But if you have some comments and takes, I'll be here for the next couple of minutes, and then I'll upload this to my YouTube channel, which y'all guys should subscribe to. Please subscribe to Sports Rush Media on YouTube. Let's see. We got Jerry in here once again. Jerry says we need a game like that to help forge the team. The playoff is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. And if you think you're going to run through the playoffs the way you ran through New York, the way you ran through Carolina, the way you ran through Washington, you're a fool. These are the kind of games you're going to have to win when you get deeper into the playoffs, when you get to the divisional round, or hell, the conference championship game, or maybe even I'm not going to say, maybe even that game in late February, right? These are the type of games you're going to have to win. And like I said, they showed mettle and they showed some fortitude tonight. We got Aaron in here. What's up, Aaron? Shout out to Aaron Ball, my guy. Tacos and Touchdowns. Make sure you check out his show. Aaron says, what a great game, a true nail-biter. Brush up the penalties and the hiccups. Get ready for the Eagles next week. LFG. Let's go. I get you, Aaron. And yes, let's talk about the penalties tonight, because this might have been the most heavily penalized game I've ever seen in my life. 19 total penalties. And I'm going to do the quick math real quick, because I do have my pen and paper in front of me. I am a product of Kingsville ISD, so forgive me if I get the math wrong. Just kidding. I love Kingsville. But here we go. A total of 257 penalty yards on 19 total penalties for both teams. The Cowboys had 9 for 127, and it just felt like the Cowboys were trying to give this game away. Cowboys lining up in the neutral zone. Just some dumb, unnecessary penalties from Dallas. Hadn't seen a game like this from them in a while. You figured they were due for a game like this. Dallas, though, they cleaned it up mostly towards the end, not completely, and they got the job done. Another thing that Dallas kind of struggled with today, 4 of 8 in the red zone. Brandon Aubrey had 4 field goals. That's fine. 4 times 3, that's 12. So 12 points off of Aubrey's leg. But still, 4 of 8 from the red zone. Anytime you get that many red zone opportunities, you would at least like to knock it in a couple of more times than that. Nitpicking at some of the things the Cowboys could have done a little bit better here. Third down efficiency, 8 of 14. Could also probably work on that, even though that's a pretty damn good number. Let's get to some more comments. Who do we got in here? We got Robert. What's up, Rob? Rob says Metcalf tore us up. So did Lockett. Secondary wasn't ready for that level of competition. Hopefully this is a wake-up call. They made some great plays at the end. Offense balled. If CD catches that ball, it's game over. Great play and a tough win against a Seattle team that really needed and wanted this win. Yes, let's not forget the fact that Seattle wanted this win just as badly or even more than the Cowboys needed it. Seattle needed this win to keep their wild card hopes alive. They're in a dogfight with the Rams right now, and the Rams have two wins against them. So Seattle absolutely needed this win. This was a crucial, critical game for Seattle's season, and the Cowboys snatched their souls at the end. But I agree with what Rob is saying. Couple of drops from CeeDee Lamb. The 4th down drop, critical, man. He was wide open on that out route, right through his hands. And also that drop in the end zone. Cowboys went for it. Drop in the end zone by CeeDee Lamb. I know it was a tough throw from Dak and Herbie and Al Michaels. They were trying to say that, the ball was a little bit off and Dak tried to fit it into a tight coverage. Look at the replay of that. That ball was clean to CD right through his hands in the end zone. So a couple of drops from CD. Metcalf balled out. Metcalf exposed Deron Bland just a little bit tonight, guys. That's just my personal opinion. If you feel differently about that, let me know. But I thought Metcalf showed that you can go vertical on Bland. You can test Bland. And I think teams going forward, teams like the Eagles, teams like the Bills, the Dolphins, the Lions coming up, right? They're going to probably see what Seattle did tonight against Deron Bland, and they're going to see if they can do the exact same thing. Geno did throw that interception to the Bland on the out route, and Bland jumped it. Don't throw the out route to Bland. That dude is breaking on the ball as if he's the one that's running the wide receiver route. His instincts on that covering that out route are freaking incredible, man. Don't throw the out route. That's his bread and butter. Geno made a big mistake right there. But you're right, man. Metcalf did ball out tonight. I love all those takes. RJ's in here. What's up, RJ? He says, did we just beat a team with a winning record, or making them 6-6 doesn't count? I'm going to say they beat a team with a winning record. They were 6-5 throughout the duration of the game, and the Cowboys made them 6-6. I'll say this is a team with a winning record, but just watch. Big media is going to try and spin this as, Seattle's a 500 team. Seattle ain't this and that. Just watch. Watch. That narrative's already going to play out. Nothing will ever be good enough until it's good enough for some Cowboys fans and for some national media. Nothing is ever good enough. Just watch that point right there. Let's get in. I got some more people in here. Sam says, tough win, but a win nonetheless. They're winning the games they should win, giving themselves a shot to stay alive for the division title. Sam also goes on to say this win makes next week much more interesting. The defense looked off tonight. I hope they rest up and can show up next week. Dak and the offense needs to keep it going next week and into the playoffs. This wasn't their best game, but still managed to get a win. Yeah, exactly. A win's a win. You stack W's and you move on. This is win number 9 of the season. Win number 9 out of a possible 12 games played. That's a hell of a percentage. The Cowboys are a damn good football team, and don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. People who are going to discredit this win are just pulling straws out of their hat because they have this perception of Dallas already that they're nothing but a bunch of losers, and that's what they're going to do. So if you hear people discounting this win, let them do it. That's what they do. It is old hat. It is their number one play to run in their playbook. But guess what? We know their playbook. So let's be smarter than that. Those guys are going to discount it. So what? Stack wins. Stack wins in this league. It's the NFL, baby. It's hard to win in this league, period. Just period. Who do we got? We got Steven in here. Steven Ronho. He says, how about them Cowboys? You damn right, Steven. I freaking love this. Randy, what's up, big dog? Randy Vega. He's weighing in on McCarthy's decision late in the game with 1:46 to go. It's 3rd and 3, and the Cowboys decide to throw it to the end zone. Randy says McCarthy's decision-making was suspect. Not going for 2. Okay, he's talking about something else. Let me read this full comment from Randy, and then I'll give a take on this. Randy says, McCarthy's decision-making was suspect. Not going for two and not making the field goal to take the lead almost cost us. Still a great win. Let's go Cowboys. Okay, yeah. I get you on that one. McCarthy can, I don't want to say he can outsmart himself sometimes, but he's aggressive by nature. Mike McCarthy, if you look at his entire career, has always been a dude that wants to go for it. That's always been a guy that wants to get 6 instead of 3 or etc. Right? I do agree that he does have some suspect moments, Randy. Late in the game with a minute 46, instead of running the ball to kill some clock, they take a fade route to CD, incomplete, give Seattle a lot more time than they probably should have had, right? I thought they should have ran the ball right there, killed some more clock. So yeah, I agree. Mike McCarthy can be a little bit of a wild ass when it comes to time management, especially late in the game or late in the first half when time management is absolutely critical. So I agree with that. Mike McCarthy can be a little bit crazy in that front. Appreciate y'all guys getting in. A couple more minutes with you. Cowboys 41, Seattle 35. Post-game show with yours truly, James Espinosa of the Sunday Sports Rush News Talk, KEYS 1440 AM 98.7 FM. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sports Rush Media. Subscribe. I would appreciate it. Love you guys if you did that. All right. Final takeaways from this game, and then I'm out of here. Okay? Cowboys didn't turn the ball over. Fantastic. That's awesome. You would have thought that if the score was 41-35, Cowboys win against Seattle, that the Seahawks would have taken the ball away a couple of times. Cowboys have been playing relatively clean football in that regard. You got to be pretty happy with how they're protecting the ball. Dallas goes over 400 yards total offense. That's great. The penalties I mentioned, got to clean that up. Obviously, that has to be cleaned up before the Philadelphia game. The defense, whatever happened tonight, let's hope that's just an aberration, and let's hope that's just a one-off, because if they play the way they play tonight against Philadelphia next weekend, we're having a post-game show about a Cowboys loss. So that is going to have to be something, of course, to monitor and hope this doesn't become a trend, and just hope that Seattle played the best game they could play. And even if Seattle played the best game they could play, the Cowboys still beat them. The Cowboys still beat the best version of Seattle, who is a current wild card team. So you could take solace in that fact. Tonight was a hard-fought win. The Cowboys showed some guts. The Cowboys showed some mettle. The Cowboys showed some resolve. And I wanted to see that. Backs against the wall, they still went out there and they got a damn W in the NFL against a team with a winning record. But just watch. That narrative won't die, right? Because now, you got one against Seattle. Well, now do it against Philly. Well, now do it at Buffalo. Well, now do it at Miami. Well, now do it at home against the Lions, right? Nothing will ever be good enough until the Cowboys are good enough to take it all home. That's just the expectations of the Dallas freaking Cowboys. Love the victory. Fun game to watch. My heart was pounding. Defense stepped up at the end. Dak Prescott, hell of a freaking game. 29 of 41, 299 yards, 3 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 12 receptions, 116, 1 touchdown. Tony Pollard, 68 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Jake Ferguson got into the freaking end zone. Love Jake Ferguson. That dude's a dog. Cowboys get the win over a tough Seattle team, 41-35. And if I don't got any more comments left, that's going to wrap up my post-game show. Love you guys. Appreciate all the support. My show, Sunday Sports Rush, every Sunday morning, 9 a.m., News Talk, KEYS, 1440 AM, 98.7 FM. You know where to find me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, at Sports Rush Media. I would appreciate you guys if you subscribed, checked out some of my videos, spread the word. And yeah, love your guys' support. Cowboys 41, Seattle 35. Cowboys moved to 9-3, and now it's on to Philadelphia. I'll talk to you guys next week. I'll talk to you guys Sunday morning on my radio show. What a win. What a win for those Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to y'all soon.